Hello, my dears. Daniela here, and welcome to the Spa Marketing Made Easy podcast. It has been a while. We are actually recording this episode on May 12th. So this is like current because all of our other episodes have been pre-recorded since I was pregnant and now I'm on maternity. But with Sara and Melissa from Sykes and Lanno Skinbar, we've been doing monthly episodes. Go back and listen to the other ones if you haven't listened to them yet. But we're really tracking their progress throughout the year. They're year 2 in their business. They've been getting some incredible results. And, our last episode was this kind of March Madness episode talking about their different promotions. It was 100% pre-coronavirus. And obviously since then, quite a bit has changed. And I'm happy to report that you guys have been doing incredible. And how long have you been shut down?
Since March 20th.
Since March 20th. Okay. And so tell me a little bit about your kind of process, your thought process, like how you have made this work, because you've got some really great numbers that you've brought in during the shutdown. What was your guys' initial response? Did you go into fear mode? Were you in action mode? Like what happened when you first realized that you were going to have to shut down?
So when we first heard that companies were closing, but there wasn't like an official ordinance that we had to, we kind of just like played it nonchalant. We didn't really know the statistics. We didn't know much about this virus at all. I mean, the government didn't even really know much about it. So we kind of stayed like calm, cool, collective. And we did stay open, I guess I would say, what was it, like a week, Sarah? It was like a week span where we did stay open. And then eventually we were told that if we were non-essential, that we had to close our doors. However, through the entire thing, we've never really spoke about COVID. We never made it seem scary. We never made it seem as if it was going to impact our business. And this was not only just like our own thought process, but this is what we were putting out to the universe and to our clients as well, which I think was really helpful to us because we would write emails and say like, listen, life's a little bit different right now, but we can do X, Y, Z, like maybe you're not having Easter with your family, but there's, you have to see the good in what is happening.
Finding that silver lining.
Yeah, we tried to like really keep this like as positive, and we're doing it at our homes as well with our children, because I think when you instill fear, it just doesn't get you anywhere. It's just worry for no reason. And yes, people are passing away and it is definitely very contagious and dangerous, but we also have to make sure that our bodies are healthy, but also our minds. And I think by having a positive mindset, it will help you through. So we've always kept that, and we're still going with that mindset. And it's been difficult because every time we think we're getting close to reopening, it's like, okay, we just heard it again, another 30 days. And we're in New Jersey, so we are one of the hardest hit states, which is very unfortunate, but we keep having these setbacks. And the only thing Sara and I really do is like, okay, it's another 30 days. What are we coming up with to get revenue? What are we doing that's new, that's exciting, that people want, that's going to bring us in money? So this is where creativity comes in. We really have been kind of pulling all the tricks from out of our sleeves and putting them together, and they've been pretty successful thus far.
So what have you guys done? I know you have the online store, but what are your different streams of revenue with being closed?
So we have, once we found out that we always had our website, and I purposely picked Squarespace because I knew that they had the option to have an online store, and we already had that. We just never launched it. So probably overnight, up all night long, developing it, launched it, and we have that as an option it's mainly just retail. So we have retail and we have our facials to go that we've done, and we are now shipping things out. So we have it where we're speaking with people online. We do lives every single day. We were doing just showing demos of it. So our income is coming from retail, essentially being the facials to go, something you can do at home. And now people are actually having the option where we're trying to be positive and say, get that skincare that you've always wanted to get now that you're not getting your services. So we don't have many. We have some of our wonderful clients that have purchased gift cards for when they come back, but that is such a low percentage of what our actual income has been.
And Sara and I mean, gift cards are amazing. But and we do definitely push them, but I just feel like, and it's just my own personal, this is maybe like something that's not so great about me, but I feel that like I like that exchange of money for either time or for them to actually physically have something, right? Like that right then and there. So gift cards are great, but I can't tell you how many gift cards just sit in our queue that are never redeemed, that are never, you know what I mean? So we figured, let's not have that sit in there. Let's actually be able to provide them something that's going to uplift them during this time. I think Mother's Day for us, it is typically the busiest day and weekend of the year for us. We make a lot of money and we really weren't able to provide services. So what we decided to do was make beauty boxes. So we made customized beauty boxes, and I don't even know how many we sold of them. Do you know an accurate count?
I believe we sold about 37 of them, and it was only in a 2-week span.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's your existing client base that's purchasing from you, or do you feel like you're getting new clients because of the increased activity on social media?
Both.
Yeah. I mean, our pre-existing clients are definitely very receptive to everything we're doing, and they want to support us, and we're launching new things. So it's fun and exciting, but we are getting so many new clients and building so many new relationships that it's absolutely phenomenal. I had a client reach out to us on Facebook, and she ordered a facial to go to start with, and we sent the facials to go, and she then messaged me like 2 days later, and she was like, do you think you could make a box for my daughter and do like a private tutorial with a gua sha stone, like make it exciting because she's turning 16, there's nothing that we can do for her, like what do you think? And I'm like, I absolutely love that idea. I think it's absolutely perfect. And then she ended up doing that. Sara got on with her, did a private gua sha tutorial and talk skincare, and converted them. Then they purchased products. So it's kind of like a ripple effect.
And then her neighbor did the same thing with her daughter, and now her neighbor's buying for herself. It's still that referral base. So I think it's still similar to being in spa. It's just a different direction, and we're just adapting to what's going on instead of looking at it as, what am I going to do? Because I'm so used to the norm. We have to adapt to what's going on and see everything as an existing opportunity. And we may have never done those Mother's Day beauty boxes if she didn't create a customized box for her daughter. It sparked something, and then we created these custom beauty boxes for Mother's Day, and they were a hit because a lot of stores are closed. They're convenient, and we were either mailing them to people or having pickup for them. So I think that a lot of what we have going on is just learning more about ourselves and what we're actually capable of. And I think it's still, our industry is very much in demand as well, regardless. And, I think one of the number one things people are wanting once, things open up is the beauty, and it's more of that connection, plus obviously like getting your brows done and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just did a poll on Instagram, and I had asked, or I wrote, it was a question, and I said, what is the first thing that you're going to do post quarantine? and people flooded with facials, seeing you guys, you doing my brows. Like, people are sitting at home and they cannot wait to get their hair done, to get their nails done, to get their, I mean, everyone's skin's affected right now. Even myself, like wearing those masks, I'm getting breakouts. And then also, like, we have to really talk about skincare. Your skincare is changing right now because your skin is changing. And I think we're there for our clients, and a lot of them are reaching out to us, which is so nice, and saying, oh my gosh, I'm breaking out. Like, what can I do? And just being able to guide them in the right direction, because they're not used to this type of, you know, well, I shouldn't say climate, but like this type of environment, because their faces are constantly covered. And then it just brings you into like oral health, and like making sure that your oral health is on point, because you're constantly breathing that onto your skin. So there's like a million different things, but our clients have been very, very receptive. And I have to say, like Sara said about social media and being present, we have so many people reach out to us, and they were like even our reps, they're like, some spas and estheticians have literally fell off the face of the earth. You don't see any content being provided by them. They're just gone. She's like, and they all say, they're like, your social media presence is perfect right now. Like, thank you for staying alive through this and being there, because our clients are our clients, and they're coming in for skin treatments, but they're coming in for much more than that also.
The connection. The connection is hugely important. And I think, so yesterday on our growth factor call, we had Melissa Roan, who is an incredible spa owner in Fargo, North Dakota. And she was sharing that internet usage is up 70%. And she had pulled that stat, and I was like, wow, that's incredible. So she was closed for 6 weeks, and she was on social media every single day. And it was video. And she said that was the thing that really just made such a difference for her. And I think that, you know, to circle back, it goes back to this, exactly what you were saying in the beginning, is the mindset. And, you know, you've got to, people are at home, right? So they're going to be on their phone a lot more, and seeing something positive and seeing something consistent, allowing your business to stay top of mind, is really important. And you can't do that when you go into this fear-based space,
right?
You know?
Right.
Yeah, it's really incredible. I've loved seeing so many of our growth factor students just show up and like creating podcasts and doing online stores and doing coffee chats and just all of these things. There's so much positivity that it's like, it gives me so much hope, because for me, I was having my own, like, I'm having a baby, you know, like, sorry guys, I'm not going to be online because I'm making sure that this kid stays alive, you know?
Right.
But it is so wonderful to see all of you guys like showing up in such an incredible way. It's like, that helps keep me out of a fear-based mindset as well, because I'm in my baby bubble over here. I'm like, what's going on? I check Facebook like once a week, you know, but it makes me so happy to see there is so much positivity and so many people just showing up in a completely different way, you know,
out of their comfort zone too. I think a lot of people, you know, realized, okay, how much do I want it? And how much do I, you know, I think a lot of people can have a tendency as estheticians to, as extroverted as we are, to also be introverted potentially, because you are just in a comfort of your own space, and maybe to go online. But if you love something and you truly believe in it, Melissa and I talk about this all the time. Everything that we have for sale in our spa, we like too, you know, and it's not, we don't think of it as being salesy. We think of it as being, this is exciting. We're going to show you what to do. And we even get people relating to us where they missed that interaction. We did like a throwback day where we literally started showing pictures from when we were super young and some crazy hairstyles and whatnot, because that's still that element that people are getting of our personality. And we did story time of people understanding, how did we start? Why did we start? And I think we're just, a lot of estheticians or hairdressers or whatnot, we are creative people. We really are. And I think it's being able to showcase that. And, Melissa and I very much have a tendency that we will not give up. We earn this. And we definitely, as she stated before, had no fear. And I think it's shown a lot of people don't really have it. We are a industry to be reckoned with, I think.
I love that. How bad do you want it? Because I have asked, before, when we were right in the beginning of coronavirus and the shutdowns, and there was like this 2-week time period that was just insanity. And there was a lot of fear. And I was on the phone with estheticians all across the country, just all day. I felt like I was just on the phone, like talking people off the ledge, and so many times I said, how bad do you want it?
Right.
Yeah. You can make this happen. Like, how bad do you want it? And
I also think that we need to realize, from a social media aspect, is we have to produce content. Even if it's messy, even if it's not the most beautiful thing, content is content. And actually, the more messy it is, the more relatable it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And there's days where I don't want to go on social media and I'm like, and it's 4:00 in the afternoon, but I'm like, you know what? You're getting on. You owe this. You owe this to your clients, to your audience. And I'm going to do it how I do it.
And to
yourself.
Right. Yeah. And we even reached out to people where we just simply said, hey, how are you doing? Not even asking if they need anything, just more so asking if they need anything on an emotional level as well. But I think too, it's very, very important to show up and to be there. And even we'll go on and we'll say, if we're having a hard time, we're people too, and we're vulnerable, and we'll just be having our kids running in the background, because that's what real life is. And I think the more relatable and the more real you are, and like Melissa said, if it is messy, people just want the information, and I don't think they care if it looks picture perfect. Is it beautiful if you're trying to sell a new product or something for the photos to look good? Yes. But if you're just simply talking about something, I don't think it has to be absolutely perfect. If it's more relatable, people really connect with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was doing a live in my bathroom. My daughter was washing the dog. My son had just come in with a Amazon packet. Literally the world was crazy. And I had so many people reach out as I'm applying a hydrogel mask and telling them how to roll and all this stuff. And the amount of people that reached out to me and were like, I love watching this. It is, well, one, it's entertainment, but I'm also getting beauty information. They were like, it doesn't always have to be so, okay.
Scripted and
Right. She's like, this is your life and that's freaking amazing. And I'm like, yeah, it was either going to, be a total fail or a total hit, but I guess it was a hit.
It's the done is better than perfect.
Yeah.
Getting it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that we've seen too, there are some people that aren't affected financially from this in terms of clientele. And I think that as estheticians or just even as business owners, you can't assume that everybody is affected financially from this crisis, because there's no harm. What's the worst thing somebody can say to you? No. That's okay. I understand where you're coming from. Just know I'm always here. So Melissa and I we don't really, I feel have a comfort zone. I think Melissa and I will kind of do we believe in ourselves. So we will just put ourselves out there. And I think it's really proven that we didn't have that much of a dip in our income in terms of revenue.
With our industry, the clients that are coming to see us on a consistent basis, they're not, there's dramatic effects of people that have lost jobs, lost income, all of this stuff. But unfortunately, I think that it's the kind of hourly, the people that work at Starbucks or the people that work at, Target or wherever, that are going to be impacted more. And, it's not like those people don't come to us. They do. but they're not the ones that are spending $500 on skincare or coming every single month. And that's a shame that, that it tends to be the lower income, jobs that get lost more. I think we'll definitely see an impact in our economy. We already are. I mean, Hawaii is at 34% unemployment, which is completely insane because it's so tourism based, And so there's definitely going to be impacts there. But I think that there's a lot of money in the world. And there's, you really have to, just because our reality is that we're not, multimillionaires or billionaires yet. If that's what I know, you girls are working on manifesting that money. But just because we're not there yet doesn't mean that there's not a lot of people that already are in that space that feel very comfortable, $100, $200 to them is completely different than it is to the next person,
Right.
So we have to just go out there and not assume and just say, hey, this is what we're doing. We can't put a value on what that service means to them.
Absolutely. And I think too, even we could have priced, so we did our facials to go and people absolutely got more than one use out of it, but we priced it appropriately at $20 because maybe that's something somebody can treat themselves to. But then also the intention behind it is absolutely that they have the option of trying something and then they can use it at home. Then they have a product and it ties into retail. It's not a quick fix option. Like that's not our mindset for it. It's more of, we will probably continue to have it for the holidays as an option now for people, for little bags or whatnot. And then we also can have it as an option as like a post-facial or after their consultation. These are the products I want to get you on. If you're not going to commit to purchasing them today, I believe in these. So you're going to spend $20. This is going to be your regimen for 3 days. And then you have to have a purpose behind everything for sure. So I think that's how Melissa and I function as well, is we don't just do something to try to we'll test things, but we don't do them without an intention behind them, because there should be an intention behind everything that you're doing.
So what's your approach with moving towards reopening? I know that in New Jersey, they have not given any date, and you guys are anticipating as late as July or August. And so what's your approach? Are you going to be planning how you will reopen, if you're going to do a grand reopening, if you're going to be reaching out to your clients, or are you just kind of staying in the present moment for now, and then once you get your order, you'll plan it?
A little bit of both.
Yeah. So we're really honed in on, these outside sales right now. We're actually getting ready to launch a subscription box. So that's kind of our focus for this time. But we have reached out. We do have an insider club. So we have reached out to all of the girls that are in our insider club and just let them know that we will be having a soft opening. It's going to be a 2-week period of time. And they will be the first clients to be coming in to be seen. So that's kind of the way that we're going to do it. The first 2 weeks, we're just going to go slow and steady. Give, our VIPs the first come, and really just take it from there. I know there's going to be a boom. We'll try to go back into our scheduling and see who was scheduled and try to get them in as well. But I think things are going to be different. I mean, I can't really project. We've never gone through this before. I don't really know, but it's going to be different and we're going to have to adapt. And that's one thing that Sara and I are great at, is adapting and just making it work. So I know for sure that everything will go well. I know we want to continue our online store. I know we want to continue doing these subscription boxes. We've also brought in a lot of new things during this time as well for resale. So we have in Jade Rollers, we have in Gua Sha, we bought the My Skin Buddy. There's many things that we're bringing in right now so that we can make a return on it. And these are things that we're not going to stop doing even when we open. These are things that we're going to continue to do. In the beginning, it was a lot of trial and error, even just making the facials to go. Like, this is something that we're not used to. We're not used to packaging things up. We're not used to shipping things out. We're not used to promoting.
Getting yelled at the post office every time I go.
It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, these are things that it just proves that practice makes perfect. And the more that you do something, the better you get at it. I mean, like,
you're working out the kinks right now. You're working out
absolutely. And all we keep saying is, like, once we get like that perfect box or whatever it is, like right now we're looking for good boxes, that it's just going to flow. So we have, we're making these subscription boxes. So it'll be a monthly thing, and they're not like locked into it whatsoever. They can purchase as they wish, but it's beauty essentials, it's skincare, but it's just things that we also love. So it's really nice. It's priced affordably, $35.
But it's also, we have the option because people have been purchasing these facials to go and retail options or Mother's Day gifts and whatnot. So we really wanted to take that as an opportunity for us. So the positioning behind the subscription boxes, we have people that we've been shipping to in Utah, Colorado, California. We've been gathering people from all different states, whether it's somebody is shipping that as a friend that's a current client here, or people that found us and stumbled on us online. And we didn't want to lose that opportunity for clientele, and figured what is the best way to consistently engage with people that are all over the country and not just miss out on that and think of it as oh, well, that was just a quarantine thing. I don't want it. It's not like a summer fling. This is absolutely something that we need to take into consideration to continue to grow. Obviously, Melissa and I are only two people. So at some point.
But with technology, that's, it's the entire country is your market.
Right.
And you're seeing that now.
And yeah, we're seeing that, and it's nice because it's almost like you're limitless. Like, there's no limit of the potential. We can ship to California. We can ship to Texas and Ohio. And eventually, like, as we get that build up, I mean, people are going to, like Sara said, it's referral based. So, oh my gosh, I just got this box from Sykes and Lanno in New Jersey, and I loved everything that was in it. You should really try it out. Like, it's just the way that it goes. Plus, it's amazing for gifts. Like, people are always thinking of what to gift, and I feel like gifts get so boring sometimes that this is a nice little way. It has like things that like you would love to receive, but like you would not purchase for yourself. You know what I mean? So it's super exciting.
And I think also too, just a lot of people, I think what Melissa and I have tried to hone in on as well during all this is a lot of people need connection with others because maybe some people's mental health isn't at its best currently. And having an option for something as a surprise or a gift from other people, we really try to encourage it and keep it at a affordable price point, because sometimes little things here and there really can just give a boost to somebody and predict the rest of their day, or just checking in with somebody. And I think that our goal absolutely is to share some happiness and bring a little bit of something into people's lives, whether it's just them connecting with us on lives. And we did something for Mother's Day where we said, Mother's Day is one of our best days of the year, and we are so sorry we can't be with you. So Melissa and I are going to go through the steps, go gather a bunch of items, gather a cleanser, a mask, exfoliant, and let's just walk through this together like we're doing a facial together at home with what you have, just because sometimes people need that.
It's the connection.
Some people are stuck at home by themselves, but I think that for us, even moving forward, we've always had the same sanitary guidelines prior to this for state regulation, but I think that we'll be more mindful of how people like to interact. Maybe we're going to have to see how it plays out. Luckily, we have a wonderful community that you've created where we get to get input from other professionals that will be opening prior to us. But we definitely don't know what it will look like in terms of booking time. We probably do less people a day. We don't know if our hours will change. Those are things, because there are people that I know my children are home for the rest of the year. They're going to be home until probably October. And then we have to take that in consideration with other people as well. Is that going to change how we are open in terms of hours? So it's hard to predict, but we'll definitely be doing consultation based during our soft opening, because a lot of people will be like starting at square one with their skin.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. So any bit of advice you want to give to estheticians out there that are struggling through this time? Because you guys have done such an awesome job, and I know that there's a lot out there that are having a hard time.
I think like the most important thing is just to get your mindset right. Be as positive as you can. See the good in this. This is a time to reevaluate, like take it as a growth opportunity and not so much as like a setback. I think a lot of us are thinking like, this is a setback. I'm not having income come in, all of these things. But really, this is the time to sit down and be like, hey, where was I not doing the best that I can, or the best that the best that I could? Where can I be better? What can I implement in that will make my business grow? How can I connect with the community and my community to make our bond that much stronger? Sara and I was up all night, and I'm like, because of mental health and everything, and I heard something about how the suicide rates are increasing and all of these things. And I was like, I can't just let this go. Like, I have got to do, and even if it's something small with us doing it, like it's something. But I was up all night long, and I was like, that's it. I was like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning. I'm going to deliver flowers to every single one of my clients' homes. And then I looked in our Vigaro, and we have 300 plus clients. And I said, okay, so that's not going to work. And I was like, all right, I'm going to buy flowers. We're going to set up a space outside of our spa. We had a table, we had flowers, individual flowers. My children wrote positive affirmations on little Post-its. And we set up a whole little thing and said, take what you need. And it actually is relatable to me because in Starbucks, they do it. And I took what I needed, and it's still literally sitting on my car every single day. It says faith over fear. And literally, I preach that to myself over and over and over every single time I get into my car. But the point is we wanted them to know that we are here for them. And even despite this crazy time and life is not what it is, that we will continue to stand by them, and not just for their skin, but mentally, emotionally, that we are here. And people loved it. They absolutely loved it. And I think showing your clients that you care during this time, even if you're having a hard time, it'll bring happiness to you as well. Like, giving love is just as receiving love. Like, it really is important to be there.
So what I would say for other estheticians as advice would be, just as you're there for your clients, be there for yourself, and to make sure that you understand that nobody could have predicted this. This was not in our aesthetics school. This was in no book or textbook that we learned about. And I think that really, if there's something that you've wanted to change, now's that opportunity to do it. Take this as a guidance as, how am I going to grow from this? Mm-hmm. And also make sure that if you are feeling unsure, that's okay. But maybe just start writing everything down, dream up of plans, and realize you're capable of so much. And if you need somebody, such as a mentor, or you need to reach out to another spa owner, just ask what they did. If you think that they're doing something that's successful, just ask for help. And asking for help is okay.
Right.
100%. Yeah. I think people really do want to help, they really do. So that's beautiful, beautiful advice. Well, thank you ladies so much. Always a pleasure to chat with you. I'm excited for our next monthly call, and we'll see, what's been going on and how you guys have been doing. Maybe you'll be open by then. Who knows?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll go with the flow.
We're taking it one day at a time.
All right. If you guys want to keep this conversation going, head on over to the Spa Marketing Made Easy Facebook group, and we'll catch you on the next episode.